when it comes to fish care, compromise is just not an option. And the guys over at ND Tackle feel very strongly about that. As carp anglers, we have a responsibility to make sure those carp go back into the lake in just as good a condition as when they came out. Today's video, we're taking a look at the Landing Net 2. It's compact, it's lightweight, it's durable, and most importantly, it won't break the bank. Let's take a closer look. So here it is guys, the Landing Net 2 from ND Tackle, and as the name suggests, it is the second one within their range. The predecessor had a sort of a ratcheting mechanism on the landing net arm itself to adjust the drawstring tension. It's not required on this one. They've just streamlined the whole process and made it very, very easy to use. The carbon landing net arms with the stainless steel fittings pop straight into the aluminium spreader block. It's actually quite unbelievable. It's very, very quick and easy to put up. I've had nets in the past where you kind of have to sort of line up two like triangular shaped points to try and get them to slide in properly. They're an absolute nightmare. It's not the case with this. Very easy to use, and once the arms are locked into that spreader block, they are very secure, so you've got no worries about it possibly popping out unintentionally. As you can see here, in true ND fashion, the Landing Net 2 comes with a couple of extras that you wouldn't get if you were purchasing a more premium net. First up, you've got the stink bag, which is obviously waterproof lined to stop any stinky water getting out of the net and into your car. Once you've got your net in there, it's got a roll top on there with an extremely strong Velcro fitting just to stop any leakages. Now if I turn it over to the other side here, you're also going to notice another little extra that the guys over at ND have thrown in, of course, the net float. There are very few nets on the market that actually come with a net float, or a stink bag for that matter. You quite often get charged as an extra for both of those. Not with this kit, they're all included within the price, which we will get onto later because it is really quite astonishing. Moving down from that, you get to the carbon handle, and yes, I did say carbon. This is not a cheapy fiberglass net pole, it is proper carbon. A lovely Japanese shrink grip section on there, and in case you hadn't already guessed by the size of it, it is retractable. Now, a lot of people these days are using retractable rods, so small pack down sizes to match those sort of kits, if you like, is really quite important. When it's in its smallest form like this, it's around 43 inches long. Obviously fully extended, you've got your standard 6-foot net pole. This makes this net suitable for a whole host of different situations, whether you're fishing from a swim and you've got it fully extended to give you maximum reach, or whether you're fishing from a boat and you can have that handle nice and compact. It makes it so much easier to move around in a boat if you're trying to net a fish with a shorter net handle. Moving on to the net itself, let's just get it out of this stink bag. Again, so you've got carbon arms, no cheap materials have been used throughout this net. It's all been made to a very premium standard. The carbon arms have got stainless steel fittings on there, so they're not going to wear out as you're putting them in and out of that aluminium spreader block. And you've got an extremely nice branded, I might add, I'll overlay a clip of the ND logo that's on the net mesh, but it's a really nice green sort of hex mesh free flowing net. It's got a reinforced end on the spreader block end. As I'm sure you guys are aware, one of the most common places of failure of a landing net is of course by the spreader block. They always seem to tear down there and it's an absolute nightmare. So ND have just reinforced that bit just to make sure that you get a really good sort of usable lifespan out of this net. There's also a small loop on there which enables you to tuck the sort of the canopy of the net back up into that and keep it all nice and neat while it's sitting in your swim. Of course, the net mesh is replaceable, so if you do manage to tear it or damage it in some way, then just pop onto ND and you can get another one of those. The mesh is actually attached to the landing net arms with small poppers, and that just basically stops that mesh from riding up the arm when you don't want it to. Now, as I mentioned earlier, it's extremely easy to get this net into the spreader block, and I'll show you that right now. It is quite simply a case of fan it out like you would any other net, put one in and then the other one just pops in. And I mean, there are not many nets on the market that you could do that quite so straightforward, quite so quickly. So very impressive bit of kit from the guys over at ND. Now you may have noticed that this net is a little bit grubby, and yeah, that's basically because I've been using it on a couple of sessions. I wanted to make sure that it really was as good as they said it was, because when I tell you the price in a moment, it's going to absolutely blow you away. This net, with the net float, the retractable handle, and obviously the stink bag, comes in at £49, and it's available to order directly from the ND Tackle website, or it's available on Amazon Prime, so you literally get it next day, which is, yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. If you've got a fishing trip coming up and you need a new net, there's no excuse not to get one of these. So a massive well done to the guys over at ND. They really have made premium fish care available at a budget price point. If you like this video, please do hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure you hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss out on any more products just like this from the guys over at ND. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks very much.